shine so bright, you might go blind, blind, blind. When I walk through, they close their blinds.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tlhologelo Masehla for those who don't know me, and welcome back to 13 of my subscribers. If you are new here, please do subscribe, please do like and comment below. So today I'm going to be doing a little story time where I tell you guys about how I found out I was pregnant, some of the symptoms I had as well. So I did drop a video today earlier. It's just a mini vlog of my weekend. Please check it out guys. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel and just enjoy. So I'm having homemade iced tea. I'm having homemade iced tea. I make it myself and it tastes amazing, believe me. Trust. Okay, so if you guys have watched my get to know me video, you know that I have 2 kids, right? So I'm gonna tell you about the first and the second time, you know, how I found out I was pregnant and some of the symptoms I had with both pregnancies. So with my first pregnancy, also I'm just gonna give a little backstory. My partner and I met in 2019, towards the end of 2019. We met in October, I think, but then we officially started dating like towards the end of December. That's when we started officially dating. That was 2019, and then we went into 2020, and then there was lockdown. So during lockdown, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna spend time with my man. I am not gonna be locked up for 21 days with my family, no ways. So I went and I spent that 21 days with him. And then after the 21 days, I went home, obviously. And then it was just a back and forth of us seeing each other on weekends and stuff like that. And then there was this particular weekend where I went to visit him. It was a weekend, and then I went home on Monday morning. When I got to work, I noticed that I'm not feeling well. And I'm thinking, he flew. It will just, you know, it's just one of those. He flew. I am not feeling well. I'm at work, and the manager sees me, and he's like, you don't look too good. I think you should go home. So okay, fine, I go home. But before I go home, I'm like, let me pass by the doctor or let me pass by the clinic. So I used to work in Vosloorus at a bank at Chris Hani Mall. I used to work there. So I left Chris Hani Mall and then I went to Butsilong, which is I think it's a private clinic, I'm not sure. And the reason why I went there was because I knew which my medical aid would cover me going there. So I went to Butsilong, and when I got there, I told them, this is what I'm feeling and whatnot. So remember, now we are like deep in COVID during that time, even though it wasn't level 5 anymore, it was like level 3, I think. But we were still within COVID. I think it was level 3 or 4, I'm not sure. But we were deep in COVID at the time. So obviously when you go to the clinic and be like, I'm coughing, I have a runny nose, I'm sneezing, you know, stuff like that, automatically they assume that it's COVID. Okay, fine. I get there, see the doctor, I tell the doctor what I'm experiencing and all of that. And then the doctor is like, you're gonna have to do a COVID test. It is compulsory for you to do a COVID test if you're experiencing some of the COVID symptoms, which are similar to flu symptoms. I'm like, okay, sharp, I'll do the test, it's fine. So now the test is done like outside the actual clinic, outside the hospital. There are like containers there outside where they do the COVID test. I go there, guys. That thing is painful. Like, I don't get like why they did it like that, because what I know is there was a way to test by swabbing your throat, I think, and then there was the other one, which is the painful one, they swab in your nose, like they go deep in your nose. So I did that. I didn't know Uguti test, like how do they do it. When I get there, the lady takes that huge ass earbud or whatever it is, or that swabbing thing, and then she puts it deep inside my nose, and it was so painful. I literally almost cried. It was so painful. Okay, fine, I do all of that. Afterwards I go back home. So I didn't live far from Vosloorus. I stayed in like for people who are familiar with the Boksburg area, I stayed in Windmill Park and I was working in Vosloorus, so the distance isn't that much. So I go back home, and then now the doctor gave me a doctor's note just to stay home for a few days. Okay, fine. And the doctor is like, the one who did my COVID test, she's like, I will call you with the results after a few days. They call me after a few days, after 2 or 3 days, I'm not sure. Okay, fine. I go back home, I get home, and then I chill. Now I'm chilling because now it's flu. I'm treating my flu, I'm taking my meds and all of that. I'm thinking it's just the flu. Come Thursday, I think it was Thursday evening, the hospital calls. Now I'm surprised, an 011 number at this time, it was around 7-8, I'm getting called by an 011 number. I'm thinking, who could this be at this time? Hi, I answer, it's the doctor, it's a lady. She's like, hi, am I speaking to Tlhologelo Masetla? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm calling you from Butsilong, I have your COVID results. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, unfortunately, you tested positive for COVID. I what? She's like, unfortunately, you tested positive for COVID, ma'am. I'm like, okay, so I'm like, okay, so what happens now? She's like, okay, now you need to go into quarantine. You need to let the people at your workplace know. You need to let your family know. You need to let like the people who you've been around in the past 3 days know that you are positive for COVID, like you tested positive for COVID. So now I'm just like, guys, my heart was beating so fast. I was sure I am dying. I mean, guys, how many people died from COVID? Like the stigma around COVID was just crazy. There was also this thing, if you land up in hospital, you won't make it out. Guys, I was so scared. Like, yeah, I was scared. But I think my family was like more scared than I was. Okay, fine. After that, I call my mom and I tell her, I tested positive for COVID. So at the time, at home, it was just me and my baby sister. It was me, my baby sister, and my dad. But my dad was like, he was never around. He'd come and check up on us, but he wasn't there most of the time. So it was just me and my baby sister. So we literally lived together. So now I have to tell my mom. My mom tells my dad, and now they have to get my baby sister tested to make sure that she doesn't have COVID. Okay, fine. Now starts the process. But now I also have to tell my partner, because I was with him over the weekend and I was with his family. So now it's a whole thing. Now people have to go get tested and check. But you know what? And I told him this. I was like, I got this COVID from you because you were a bit flu-ish around that weekend. So I got this COVID from you. The difference is that you didn't get tested. I did. So I guess I'm the statistics and he's not. But it's fine. My baby sister goes and gets tested. Fortunately, she doesn't have it. So now I have to go into quarantine, guys. Like, the only nice thing about my quarantine was the fact that I didn't have to go to work. I didn't have to check my work. It was just kind of like a break for me. But now I'm in quarantine. I'm locked up in my room. I can't leave my room. I only leave my room if I need to go to the toilet or I go and bath. they made food for me. My baby sister made food for me. My dad came every day, almost every day. He cooked for me. Like, oh, and you know what? To this day, I still say, you know, I appreciate the support I got from him. Like, I know Uti, he lives another life outside of the life that he has with us, but he managed to sacrifice his time and come and cook for me and make sure that we're fine, we don't need anything and all of that. And I'm super, super grateful to him for that. Hi, okay, fine, it's all of that. I come out of quarantine and I'm fine. I didn't go get tested again. I think after quarantine you have to get tested again or something. I was like, no, I'm fine. I feel fine, you know. Okay, fine, now it's time for me to go back to work. But before I go back to work, I'm like, hey man, I haven't gone on my period this month. It's June, ne? Now it's around the 24th, 25th of June. I'm like, no man, I haven't gone on my period this month. Hey, okay, fine. So now the day after my quarantine ends, the day after, I'm like, so I haven't gone back to work. So I'm like to my baby sister, let's go to Eastern Mall and just get some things for the house, you see. And I also needed like some cosmetics, some toiletries and stuff. So okay, fine, we get to Eastern Mall, we go to Dis-Chem. When we get to Dis-Chem, I get my stuff, all the stuff that I need, and then I go into that aisle where there's pregnancy tests, where there's lubricants and condoms and pads and whatnot. So I get there and then I take 2 pregnancy tests. No, I took 3. My baby sister is like, yo, what if? Guys, one thing about my baby sister, when she responds to things, she says, yo. That's her response to things. Like, big or small, she'll say, yo. So she's like, yo, what if? But for me, like, I was ready because this is a conversation that I had with my partner, Uguti. Like, if I fall pregnant, I fall pregnant and I'll be happy about it, you know? He knows. So okay, fine, get the pregnancy test, we go home. Now, Mina, because I'm excited, and one thing about me, I'm quite impatient and I can sometimes be impulsive. But in this case, I was impatient because when I got home, I immediately took 1 pregnancy test. And Lord behold, it was positive. Guys, yeah, I was so happy. Like, I was so happy. I couldn't even believe. So when we arrived, my sister decided to go to the tech shop and buy airtime. I have no idea why she didn't buy it when we were at the mall, because so she left the house to go buy airtime, and then I took the 1 pregnancy test, positive. Okay, I take the other pregnancy test. Nah, it's positive. Yeah, guys, I was so happy. Like, I was so excited. When my sister came back, I showed her the pregnancy test. Guess what she says? Take a wild guess. Ati, you. And then she asked me, no shame, she did ask me how am I feeling, and I was like, yo, I'm happy and I'm excited, you know, like, yo, I was happy, guys. I was really happy with my first pregnancy. And then obviously after that, we called my mom. We told her, you're gonna be a grandmother again. And then she was happy. We told my sister. She was also my older sister. Now she was happy. I didn't tell my partner. I think I told him after like 2 days. I didn't tell him the same day. I think I told him. So the next day I was going to work. I went to work. The next day I didn't tell him, and then I went to work the following day after that, and then my colleague and I went to Eastern Mall again. When I got to Eastern Mall, I bought a clear blue tester, and that's how she found out what's happening. Okay, fine, I buy the clear blue tester and I take it when I get home after work, and it says pregnant 3+. It says Did it say 3+ or did it say 2 to 3 weeks? I think it said 2 to 3 weeks. And then I sent this man a picture. And then I don't remember what he said. I think he said something along the lines of, I was expecting it to happen sooner actually, because we talked about it like in April. I think it was March or April. We spoke about this whole pregnancy thing. And then in May, my period came, and then we were like, okay, it didn't happen. June, my period didn't come, and then obviously it happened. So he was like, I was expecting it to happen actually quite soon. I was like, no, it's happening now. Shame. You know what? My first pregnancy, oh guys, chef's kiss. It was the best. Like, I was happy. I was in good spirits. I really was. Like, 2020 for me was a good year because that year I got pregnant. I bought my first car, got my license, bought my first car, and it was a whole thing. Like, it was, 2020 was a good year for me. Like, regardless of COVID and whatnot, 2020 was a good year. Like, I feel like it was a blessed year. Like, I felt very blessed. A lot of things were happening, but positive things were happening. Things were happening like quickly, but there were good things that were happening. Like, I was very happy in 2020. And then I had my baby in February 2021. And guys, one of the happiest days of my life, I must say. One of the happiest days of my life. Oh my God. My second pregnancy. Guys. I'm laughing because to this day, I don't believe that I fell pregnant again in such a short space of time. Because with my first pregnancy, I was like, you know what? After I gave birth, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fall pregnant again as soon as my baby turns around 6 or 7, because at least God was like, ma'am, what? Hey, hi, okay, fine. With my second pregnancy, so my partner and I, we decided to move in together 2020, which is last year, around the beginning of April. We moved in together. We moved into this place that I'm recording from now. So we moved in together. Oh, sorry guys, I've been speaking this whole time. I need a drink. Okay, fine. So we moved in together last year, April. Obviously, we moved in together. We're happy, like, we're excited. It's a new journey for us, like, we're just happy. So okay, fine. When we moved in here, we didn't have a lot of things. Like, we didn't have a lot. Like, we literally had nothing, basically. Yeah, we didn't have anything. We had to shop for things from scratch. So whenever we went out shopping, like, we would argue a lot about things. We didn't agree on things, what to buy, what color to get. Like, we just didn't agree on a lot of things. And I think that should have been the first time we would say, hey, there's something. There's a bun in the oven. Okay, fine, we go shopping for things for our apartment. Okay, fine, that's like the first sign we'd say there's something happening. But for me, I feel with my second pregnancy, guys, I was in denial so much because I refused to believe that there's another baby on the way. Like, I couldn't fathom it. I couldn't, like, how? Well, I know how, but how? Like, oh my God. Okay, fine. So for me, that was like, in hindsight, that was the first sign that we were arguing a lot. We just were not agreeing on a lot of things. Okay, fine. Days go by. Obviously, we moved into a new place. We buy alcohol. We're drinking because there is something to celebrate. So now we're drinking, but I don't get sick. Like I'm drinking, you know, like we're having fun, you know, it's our new place. Even at first we used to watch Netflix on his laptop. We didn't have the TV. We'd watch Netflix on the laptop while we eat and drink. Like, guys, begum nand, you know, like it was nice. Hi, okay, fine. Days go by, but also this is a bit TMI, ne? So when me and my partner like did the deed, the things, afterwards I noticed that I was spotting. So we thought, Gutai, my period, it means my period is on its way. Can't they know? It doesn't mean that, you know. It happened the first time, we thought the period is on the way. It happened the second time, Futi, like, hey man, calling day off la, you know. We ignore it. Third time, Futi, we try and it happens again. And I'm like, let's just wait a bit and see. We wait, nothing happens. Okay, fine. What else happened? Oh, guys, also another thing about pregnancy, ne? Pregnancy causes a bit of memory loss. I actually saw a video the other day by Ulizel Mtombeni, Musa Mtombeni's wife. And she was like, there's a lady who said to her that your body changes after pregnancy. Like a lot of things change about you after your pregnancy. It can either be memory loss, like you can have a bigger foot. Like for example, there was this lady who said, I used to wear size 4, now I'm a size 7 or something like that. And you have like things like BOMA, hyperpigmentation. There's another lady who said like her hair is not as full as it was before she had a baby. Now her hair is just shredding and falling apart. So things change. So for me, it's like the memory loss. Like guys, I feel like a lot of things have happened in the past to me and I remember them, but they are like those smaller details in between that I don't remember, and I really want to share them with you guys. Like I want to do more story times and share all the things that have happened, but I'm struggling to remember things. But I think with some of the other things that I do remember, I will share with you guys. If you like the story time and you like how I do my story times, I will be sharing more. If I don't get a positive response, I guess it means what it means. But okay, let's go back to what we were speaking about. Let's not go off topic. So, okay, fine. It was the spotting and all of that. Okay, but now days go by and weeks go by and I notice, man, my period isn't coming, and I was spotting after we did the deed. I spotted, but nothing came of it. Okay, fine. So on a Saturday, I think it was a Saturday evening, I'm like, let's walk to the complex here. So one thing about the place that we live in, like everything is within close proximity. Like we have a mall here at the back, we have a complex here, we have a complex there. So I'm like, let's just walk and leave the cars. Let's just walk. Yeah, well, okay, fine. Sunday morning, we wake up, we walk. Was it Sunday or Saturday, Yabo? Yeah, I think it was Sunday. Sunday morning we walk to the complex. We go to Dis-Chem. When we get to Dis-Chem, I go to that famous aisle. Guys, I go to the famous aisle. When I get there, I'm like, this is what I want. And he looks at me. He's like, oh, okay. Take whichever one you want. Now, he doesn't look surprised. He doesn't look shocked. He just looks fine. That's one thing about my man. I don't want to say he doesn't take things serious, but he doesn't worry like me. Like me, yo guys, I have anxiety. I worry a lot. I overthink. Yo, Mina, I worry. Anxiety is like on yo, not even on 100, on 150, I'm sure. Yo, man, I worry a lot. And he's very chilled. He's very chilled about things. So he's like, I take whichever one you want. And obviously I took clear blue because we want to be sure, you know. So okay, fine. Take the pregnancy test, we buy, and then we come back home. We went to check us first. Got a few things. Did you not go to check us, Lekwa? Guys, when I tell you I was in denial, we went to check us, Lekwa, and we bought liquor, obviously. I bought Savannah's. It was that time when they had those small canned Savannah's which tasted horrible, guys. I don't like, I didn't like the taste of those Savannah's. In Savannah M90, it's the 500ml, which is in Kudu, and the 330ml, which is a normal size. The bottles, those taste amazing. Anything that is canned, hey guys, in a can, alcohol in a can does not taste nice. Like, alcohol in a can, no, you can miss me. Okay, fine, we go, and then he buys me, I think he bought 12 Savannahs, and then he bought some for himself. At this point, we're both in denial, because how can we buy a pregnancy test and then buy alcohol? Like, what are we celebrating? Okay, fine, we get home. Like, guys, this thing was on my mind the whole time. And when I take a Savannah, the guilt but I'm still drinking. And we're chilling and I'm drinking. I had like 2 or 3 Savannahs, and I was like, hey, let me stop, because I know deep down inside that pregnancy test is going to be positive, but I'm in denial. Okay, fine. I wake up in the morning. I think it's Monday morning. Wake up in the morning around 6, guys. I couldn't sleep. The way I was so stressed, I couldn't sleep. Hey. So I wake up, go to the bathroom, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do that thing with the morning pee and whatnot. I need to, they say when you take your pregnancy test, you should take it with your morning pee and whatnot. And I was like, I'll do it in the morning. Wake up in the morning around 6 a.m. and I take that pregnancy test, and I pee on the stick. And did it not say 3+ weeks pregnant? Hey. Guys. Yo. It said pregnant 3+, ma'am. I'm like, okay, guys, I was so defeated. Oh my god, I was like, like, how could I be so reckless also? But then in hindsight, when I think about it, so yeah, I left the stick in the bathroom. Then when he woke up, he saw it, and then and then that was it. That's how we found out to be having another baby. But as I was saying, Uti, in hindsight, when I think about it, like, this baby was meant to happen, because during the first 3 months, or during the first 2 months of that pregnancy, I was bleeding. Like, I was bleeding to a point where I told him, I was like, I feel like this is gonna be a miscarriage. I feel like this is gonna be a miscarriage. And it wasn't. That baby stuck in my stomach, and I gave birth to that baby on the 7th of December 2022, and she's turning 1 pretty soon. So I think God was like, you know what, I'm blessing you with this baby. This baby is yours, Sisi. Aichigi. This baby is yours. And you know what, I'm blessed, you know, and I love my kids so much. I love them so much, even though they don't live with me full time. I really wish I could live with them full time, but I can't, because if I live with them full time, it's gonna be me living with them full time, like 24/7, no help, no nothing. It's just me and the kids 24/7. And do you know how draining that is? Like, like uzohlanya or something. Because there was a time in December, after I gave birth and stuff, when she was still a baby, it was me and her sister and my man. We were living here all together, guys. When I tell you, it was the hardest time. I was crying. Like I was crying. I couldn't. Yeah, guys, my second pregnancy was really hard to a point where, I don't want to self-diagnose, but to a point where I feel Uti, I had depression. Like I was sad, bruh. I was sad. I was disappointed in myself. Guys, I was not okay with my second pregnancy. I was not. My sex drive was at an all-time low. I didn't even want my man to touch me. He annoyed me. Like Yonkinto that he did annoyed me. Like, guys, my second pregnancy was a mess. But you know what? I gave birth to a very healthy, beautiful baby girl. I have 2 girls, and you know what? Manje, I'm happy. But I was depressed. And my best friend was getting married last year, and I had to go to her wedding. Guys, couldn't drink. I couldn't have fun. It was just, guys, last year was a mess for me. And now we can't, after finding out that I'm pregnant, now I can't drink anymore. Now, guys, everything was just, after, it was just so yeah, anyway, that's how I found out I was pregnant with both of my pregnancies. Guys, please, you're more than welcome to share your stories in the comment section. You can share with me in my DMs on Instagram. Please do follow me at @lulukhelo_nadi_m. You can follow me on TikTok as well at @lulukhelo_m. Yes. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my story time. If you guys would like me to do more story times, let me know in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to comment. Most importantly, please don't forget to subscribe and be part of this family. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Mwah.